What you're about to hear is raw. These are honest conversations about healing, mental health, and the weight we carry. While we are mental health professionals, this is not a substitute for therapy. The views shared here belong to those speaking, shaped by their stories, not by their institutions. Listen with care. Take what you need.
And I ain't thinking the door, but every time you get to the wall, I need to give you a rope or something. We need to figure this out together. I can't.
But the rope is way too much work.
It's
That's the part where I was getting
well,
to.
you rough guy, you blowing holes.
No, you have to. Jay, hear
What
me
you gonna
out.
blow a hole through the doorway?
What doorway? It's a brick wall.
I mean, yeah, how you gonna make the door? A bazooka?
That's what we work on together.
Okay.
We go to Home Depot, Lowe's.
We figure it out. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You heard what you said?
Yeah.
We figure it out. Welcome back to Shift the Hill. I'm Justice Payne Tyson, better known as the neighborhood therapist. We ain't gonna waste your time. Let's get into it. I'm sorry doesn't mean it's over. Y'all looking at me crazy. Y'all like, yo, what that mean? Man, we talking about relationships. We talking about brotherhood. We talking about sisterhood. We talking about, me and Jonathan. We business partners. And I feel like he did something. I feel a sucker. And he say I'm sorry, and I'm still looking at him crazy. We talking about all of that. Let's jump straight into it. I don't even want to play with it. Most importantly, in my opinion, right, I'm a couples counselor. I'm big on couples counseling. That's one of my specialties. So I got that, Black Men Misunderstood, Survivor's Guild, and then LPC Supervision. Shameless plug, right? Because C. Anderson said I don't plug myself enough. That's for you, Quinn. All right. So when it comes to relationships, right, I'm gonna use myself. If I did something out of pocket, right, and I tell her, yo, I'm sorry. I do mean that. I genuinely mean that, right? And I strive to do the things better. But I learned along the way that don't mean it's over. So like, I'm gonna use myself again, real case in point. There's been times where it'd be 2-3 years later. That happened 2-3 years ago. She'll randomly bring it up. And I'm like, yo, y'all thought we was good. Like, why you? It seemed like you hanging that over my head. What we doing? Nah, just because you said you was sorry don't mean it was up. I'm like, where the logic at now? I really thought, right? This is me. I really thought. I'm like, yo, that's evil. You wrong. You ain't healed yet, right? Until I became a couples counselor. I started getting into a lot of situations where, unfortunately, a lot of the brothers would be in the infidelity, right? And the queen would be like, yeah, I forgave him, but it still hurt him, right? So I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, damn, how do you help her get through this, right? So I got a little secret sauce. I'm not gonna reveal it here. You gotta come holler at me if you want it, right? But in a nutshell, I say what I gotta say to them, right? And then I'll be like, brother, well, what are you doing consciously to make it to a point where she's comfortable and she's emotionally safe? That emotionally safe word throw people off, right? So it's like, all right, you telling her I'm sorry, but then you still going out with your homeboys. Which is the same situation that got you to where you was at.
Still coming home late.
Right.
I ain't cheating though.
Correct, right?
How do I know that?
It's facts.
Yeah.
It's facts. Right? So if you saying sorry, your actions gotta come up behind that, right? So what I tell brothers a lot of time, I'm just like, yo, listen, you gotta put yourself in her shoes. Put yourself in a situation where you gotta fall back from your boyish ways, right? And then double down on that and do what you did to get her in the first place. That's part of the problem, right? Because you hurt me in a way that I may not be able to come back from because I gave you this trust thing. And the whole trying to regain trust, right? We don't talk about that enough, right? In a couple situation, that's gonna take time, right? But like I said, me and Jonathan get into about some business stuff, right? I'm like, yo, you say you sorry something that, but I'm gonna always look at you sideways. How do you regain that trust? What's your opinion on that?
Well, in business, all right. So let me see. I do something janky. So I'm wrong, right? I'm wrong, and then I say I'm sorry. So you forgive me, but I know there's a difference in our relationship now. I know that maybe you ain't calling me for this, like he used to check with me on this. He ain't doing that no more. So I know that I come back to accountability all the time. So I got to take accountability for my actions. Clearly, I did something that screwed up. Okay, so I know that it's an uphill battle for me. I have to regain the trust with you. So let's see, what do I do? I think just action, man. Just showing what I'm doing. Action, keeping it going. After time of continuous action in the right direction, we're making good business deals, we having good business together. It's like, all right, cool. He back on track. He was tripping at one time, but he good now.
consistent action though too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that's the problem we're running into. That's the purpose of this episode, right? So consistency is key. With consistency being key, you want me to accept your apology and move forward, right? Not move on, move forward. This is important, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, get over it.
Nah. It's not happening.
It's not happening. Right? Like, what are you talking about, right?
No.
We can get through it though. So this one, I'll give you free game. This is something I actually do tell clients. With healing, this is what it looks like. For the person that was hurt, right? I'm gonna continue to use our situation.
All right.
If I'm hurt, right, and you tell me you apologize, in order to help me, what I need you to do is visualize the pain that you caused me and visualize a brick wall, right? If you tell me to get over it, right, I'm gonna do what you told me to do. I'm gonna climb over it and I'm gonna get over it. But I feel like life is a circle, Jay, right? Eventually, I'm gonna walk this day of life, this path of life. Eventually, I'm gonna meet that brick wall again.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable, bro. It's been 5 years, but I still remember it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I do forgive you, right? But we get to this brick wall. You want me to get over it again? You want me to climb it again? Correct?
Yeah.
Because I'm mad. I'm upset.
Yeah.
You wrong for that. If you tell me to get through it, let me show you how corny my brain is. This is my little anime, my little. Remember I told you I was corny and nerd and all that. This is how it works. You got that brick wall. Remember, life is a circle. We're gonna come back to this brick wall regardless, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to tell me, yo, let me help you move through that. Let me blow a hole through the middle of that wall, create a doorway, so that when, and it's inevitable, we're gonna come back to this, right? I can sit there, I can get mad, remember the brick wall. Oh man, you remember you did this to me? I do. Let me open the door for you.
Yeah.
So we can get through this together. I know it's corny, but I'm telling you it worked.
No, I don't think that's corny at all. I honestly was thinking, because it's like, whenever you come back to it, I was thinking that it's my responsibility to help you. Whenever you hit that wall, I can't be acting like that wall like that. I put the wall there.
Thanks.
So every time you get to the wall, and I ain't thinking the door, but every time you get to the wall, I need to give you a rope or something. We need to figure this out together. I can't.
But the rope is way too much work.
It's
That's the part where I was getting
Well,
to.
you rough guy, you blowing holes through the doors.
No, you have to. Jay, hear
What
me
you gonna
out.
blow a hole through the doorway?
What doorway? It's a brick wall.
I mean, yeah, how you gonna make the door? A bazooka?
That's what we work on together.
Okay.
We go to Home
Alright.
Depot, Lowe's.
We figured out. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You heard what you said?
Yeah.
We figure it out.
We figure it
But
out.
if you tell me to get over it, that's a me thing.
Yeah.
I gotta throw the rope. You ain't up there picking me up, and even if you are, that's too
That's
much
a lot of work for you.
bro.
That's a lot of work for you to climb up, then come down without falling. Let's go to Home Depot. We can figure out how to do this. We get a flamethrower.
Come on, bro.
Alright, good.
And then also, right, you just also taught me, you helped me heal, right?
Yeah.
And you also taught me for the next person, maybe I hurt the next person. Now, oh dang, I ain't gonna tell them to get over it, let me help them build the doorway to the wall. And it keeps going, each one teach one.
But that wall there, next time it's gonna come back around, yeah, for sure.
What's your thoughts? Talk to me.
Nah, I like that.
I like it too. I just feel like the key, and you guys both kind of hit on it, is you can't make it seem like, yeah, I hurt you, now get over it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that mentality. You have to understand that when you do someone wrong or do something that somebody feels is wrong to them, you can't make them feel bad for feeling bad about it. Even if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, you the one made that mistake. You built that wall. And so you can't, and like it's kind of a saying now, but you can't tell someone how to forgive you, right? You can't tell someone when they should accept your apology. You can't tell them this is the time span. Man, that happened 2 months ago. You should be over that by now. Man, that happened a year ago. You should be over. That's damage that you've done. But what you can do is say, yeah, I did that. Yeah, no, you good. You ain't gotta tell me it's a long time ago. I know, but it's still something that I did, and it still hurt you to this day. Tell me how I can help you get over that. That door, like you said, you created. Tell me what we can do to help get you over. Yeah, I apologize last time, and I bought you your favorite chocolates, but clearly that wasn't enough because it's a year later. So tell me what else I can do. Well, you have still been going out, and I don't mind you going out, but you still been coming out in the house 3 o'clock in the morning. And when you come to the house at 3 o'clock in the morning, I feel like you probably been out cheating because last time you did cheat on me was when you came home 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's
Oh,
a
okay,
trigger.
babe. So it's a trigger. This is a pattern, and because of this pattern, you feel like I'm gonna cheat again. So what I can do to help you is I won't stay out till 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. Because my relationship with you matters to me. And this is an adjustment that I can make to make you feel easy. Again, helping you open that door, getting through that trauma, getting through that wall. All right, baby, you're right. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna, neglect my friends, not go out, but I come home at a decent time. It compromising. Because you can't tell that person not to feel, oh, you can't get mad at me because I'm coming home 3 o'clock in the morning.
But that's what
Yes,
happens.
she
though.
can.
That's what happens though. So
Yeah.
so the justice when that happens, because usually in couples counseling, like if that was a scenario, the man would be like, it was 3 years ago, man. I'm trying like. So you made it like that. You understand at 3 in the morning and cheat. Now this is the new rule. So how do you get that person to realize, like, yo, you messed this up?
Okay, so I love this question, by the way. First of all, I gotta meet the person where they at, right? Most of the time, I get those rumbustious, stereotypical, I'm a man, bro, don't tell me nothing crazy type information. I'm like, yo, so I separate them, right? This is me giving sauce to school, though. I ask them straight up, what did you do to get her? And then they give me the breakdown, the situation. I'm like, okay, when the last time you did that? It's crickets, right? It's crickets, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So that means it's cool, and I get respectfully disrespectful. Let me explain myself. I meet you where you at as a man, and I kind of touch your ego. I be like, all right, so it's cool if me one day I see your lady, and I do this and I talk crazy to her, and I get her wet. You cool with that? Hell no, I ain't cool with that. What type of shit is on this therapy? It is, bro. It is, because now I'm making your brain work, right?
Yeah.
You still feel away, right? Is it because you feel away because that's a possession of yours, or you feel away because that's your lady? Now I got you thinking, which one is it? Sometimes somebody tell you, that's mine. You need to get out that relationship, bro. You the problem. Because no matter what she tell you, right? You're gonna always look at her as the victim, as the problem. Oh, this is you, because she's a possession to you. She a toy. Them type of relationships, I end it. I be like, yo, this ain't gonna work, y'all, right? Then it's the flip side. If I be like, yo, my man, why you get upset like that? Cause you talking about my lady. Good.
Yeah.
I need that energy, right?
Yeah.
All right, you see how frustrated you just got? Yeah, bro. Okay, now imagine her riding for you like that, and you still pop short.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sit there and they be looking stuck. Oh, no, it wasn't even like that. Oh, no, I'm trying to justify, bro. That's what it was.
That's what it feel like.
That's what it feel like for her.
Every day.
For her, right?
Every day. Yeah.
So when I reach them like that, they be like, damn, but you ain't have to say it like that. Yes, I did. Because it's a black man misunderstood thing. And if your brother don't tell you, who gonna tell you? A queen will tell you, but it ain't, we being real. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna hit the way it need to hit. So if I tell you like that, you're gonna be like, I need to change. That's how you get into them. You got to meet the person right where they at and bring it to their doorstep. A lot of times we talk to our brothers, our homies and stuff like that. Oh, bro, it's too nice. It's way too nice. If you really feel how you feel, if you're gonna call I'm talking strictly about my life. That's why I keep saying brothers, sisters, up there. I know we got other things going on in the world. I'm just talking about my situation. But if you're gonna feel like that's your brother, you gotta check him, bro. Like with passion. And if you're gonna call her your sister, you gotta be like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. When do we get back to a time where monogamy is cool? Polygamy is the thing. It's like, I'm not mad at y'all, right? Do what you doing, right? But if y'all in a monogamous relationship, but you polygamous, where we do that at?
Yeah. No, for real.
It's funny because, as growing through life, right? When you're younger, it's like cool. We talked about this in other episodes. Just how black men are, get all these women, have all these women, right? But the older you get, you start saying like, the men who are happy are married. Like they going home to their woman. They're not worried about chasing no hoes because some type of happiness come with marriage and stability. There's something there that's fulfilling.
Be careful, Jack. They're gonna cancel you, dog.
You can't say that. Now we back to black man misunderstood. We start talking about it's okay to
and
be
the reason I
married.
ain't gonna like it because that key word stability. See, if I got you chasing a woman all the time, you're not stable. You're unstable. You're chasing after this one, it don't work. So you're chasing after that one, and you're chasing after that one. You're chasing. When you're running, when you're chasing, guess what? You're not stable. You're not in one position. So when things are happening, you chasing after women, you lose your job. You ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got nothing to fall back. You chasing after women, you lose your car. You ain't got nothing to fall. You ain't got nothing stable behind you. You don't got a support system. We've lost the meaning or the concept of what relationships are supposed to be. We've watered it down and made it so immature to where it's about sex and lust and having the baddest bitch and having a real nigga with all the money and the bread and he get the bag. We lost the whole purpose of a relationship. The whole purpose of that unity is to have a great support system. If I get in a car accident today and I'm paralyzed from the waist down, who gonna take care of me?
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna wipe my ass?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
for real, like for real.
Talk.
Is that bad bitch? Is she gonna wipe your ass?
That's not happening.
And is that man who got the bag? Is he gonna come and check on you daily, or he gonna be out chasing another girl?
He might try to get his other girl to check on you.
Exactly. Exactly. So we have to go back to rebuilding our ideology of what a relationship really is, because again, our culture is telling us this is what it is. You just doing it to get this out of a man. You just doing it to get this out of a woman. And if you see it as that, you can go get that benefit from anybody.
Right.
So let me ask this. So do relationships deserve forgiveness?
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. So let's talk about apology power.
Right.
You ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so it's something I made up. I'm glad you never
It's original.
Right.
What if I say yeah?
So apology power, in my mind, right, is the how much strength does your apology have? So Jonathan hurts me in a business transaction, right? You apologize. Your apology power is probably at a 10, because the first time you've ever done it, right? If you consistently harm me, you consistently apologize, what's your apology power gonna be at?
Shit at like 0.3 at some point.
You're gonna be in the dumps, right? Ask the question again.
Yeah, forgiveness. Right? It's okay to forgive in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely, if the apology power is at 10.
Got you.
Right? Once we start hitting apology power 5, 4, I'm gonna start saying you full of shit. That's my opinion, right? So this is what I'm gonna talk to the other side of the spectrum, because we talked about you in the wrong, you know, help the person get through it, right? What about the other side of things when this person won't stop? You know what I mean? They keep apologizing.
They keep adding more walls,
right?
So now you got 3 walls to get through.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you do in a situation like that? I'm talking specifically to the person that was harmed, right?
Okay.
You need to see where their apology power is at, right? So is it on a 10 or is it a 5? Once you get to 5, 4, I'm telling you as a therapist, as a human, as a husband, leave. It doesn't make sense to stay in a situation like that, right? But also, I'm going to talk to the person that's apologizing, because I don't want you to feel alienated, right? You should definitely apologize, right? And apologize and mean it. But I need your apology power to stay at a 10. Every time your significant other or every time your homie, anybody gets mad at you about the same situation that you have already apologized for, and you doing the action, do not apologize. You heard it here first. Do not apologize again. Apologize at one time, show action, because actions speak louder than words. If you continue to apologize, you watering down your apology. Nah, I already apologized once. My actions show through. Oh, you don't feel bad about it? I ain't never say that. Hey, that was on me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do better.
And what if you never do better?
No, but
Okay,
I'm doing the action though,
okay.
right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, you do it.
Yeah, I'm doing the action.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to continue to apologize, because now you need therapy, right? That's on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am helping you get through the wall, but I shouldn't be a victim forever. I call it being on parole. You was locked up, right? You did your time, right? That's some of the secret sauce. It's a whole deeper thing into that. I ain't gonna get too much, but it's a whole deeper thing into that, right? But once you come out of that, right, after you do your time, you're now on parole. When you're on parole, the PO gonna talk to you crazy, right? If you get a terrible PO, and some of the POs are cool, right? But if your PO happens to be your person and they talking to you crazy, you take it in stride. Okay, cool. But my actions show I ain't popping dirty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm showing up when I'm supposed to show up. What we talking about? You supposed to be cocky.
Yeah.
Hey, Jace. You know what I mean?
Is there some things that are just unforgivable? When is it okay to basically say, nah, that's too much. Because sometimes it is too much. Sometimes, and you know, if somebody cheat on you one time, I ain't even gonna go that extreme. If I step on your foot once, you may believe it's an honest mistake, right? If I do it twice, you be like, well, maybe he just misstepping. But if I do it 3 times, you gonna be like, hold on, you just being disrespectful.
Yeah.
And you gotta carry that same mentality within your relationship. It's okay to have healthy boundaries. You can't let somebody just disrespect you all the time, 24/7. Because if you do, and you just being used at that point. So it's okay to be like, I forgave you once, and then they cheat again. You're like, and they cheat again. Okay, now, your apology, like you said, that apology power, your apology don't want anything anymore. Matter of fact, I can tell that you may love me, you may care about me, but you don't respect me.
Right.
You don't respect who I am. So I'm gonna have to let you go. Because at the end of the day, if I'm showing you respect and I'm respecting our relationship, I expect you to meet me where I'm at. I'm not going out cheating. I'm not going around sneaking around on you. I'm being loyal to you. I expect the same thing because that's what I look for in my spouse. Now, there's spouses out there who you can go cheat on and they ain't gonna care because they cheating too. I'm gonna let you go find them. I'm gonna find somebody like me that respects their relationship and gonna hold, that sacredcy between us and be loyal just how I'm loyal to them. And so just talk about that. What are some things that are unforgivable, whether it's in a relationship, a business relationship, even sometimes your friendships, which we don't really talk about, but sometimes your friend do some things that, it's unforgivable. I can't keep forgiving you for that, bro.
Take that. But you had unforgivable because I'm such a forgiving person. And that's why I didn't want to take it because I'm like, because I try to put understanding with everything. So so I try to have like if something you're doing, I try to make it make sense, right? So I guess something that's unforgivable would be it doesn't make sense. So like for example, if we're in a relationship and it's cheating, like Terry was saying, right? And it's let's just say it's my woman. I'm not gonna say my wife because I'm not putting that on, but I'm just saying if it's something different, right? And I was in a relationship or just a different person, whatever. And we've decided that we're monogamous. We're gonna have this relationship. You cheat on me again. I catch you doing something else. At some point, like I don't feel like you should just get shit on all day and never leave. And I try to put it on me, but I think about it from a woman's perspective because I think a lot of women sometimes deal with men who are like serial cheaters. They've been like this since they was dating. When they got married, the day after they got married, the dude was cheating. They well into their marriage. He done cheated a few more times. All these things happen and they stay. And I just feel like at that point, I gotta go. Like I can't. I'm not forgiving you, bro. I'm up out of there. No. So I don't know. I'm a forgiving person, but I think there's a line, and if you step on it over and over and over again,
you gotta have a healthy boundary. You don't never make anyone in society make you feel like it's okay to be a pushover or to be disrespectful. You don't want to be a pushover. You don't want to be somebody that people take advantage of. It's having a boundary and a standard that's healthy. That's what you're supposed to have. If you're allowing someone just to push you around and manipulate you and do you any type of way, you got some problems you need to fix.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that back some, cause definitely not a pushover. You shouldn't be a pushover. Yeah. You can be forgiving, but it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like if you blatantly disrespect me, like you like, yo, I'm just gonna slap you in your face every time I see you. We're no longer friends. If we talking business and something go wrong, and I find out you get a certain amount of money and I was supposed to be a part of that, but I ain't get anything. I'm like, man, that's kind of cool. All right, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't on top of my game. I didn't have my stuff in order. Then the next time I come around, I know I got my shit in order this time. We got the business deal. He make a bunch of money. I don't make nothing. Oh, they ain't trying to play me. Stealing from me at this point.
Yeah.
So that's unforgivable. Yeah. In my mind, I want to hear what you have to say.
I'm gonna answer, right?
Okay.
What do you do with the unforgivable moment though? Like you done been played with. They didn't tested your boundaries and threw out your boundaries. Yeah. Okay. And use the same example. What do you do in that moment? I'm stealing off your plate.
Yeah, no. So we're no longer in business together. No. It's done. It's done. It's cool. I'm cool with it.
In their relationship.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I have no problem with saying like, yo, this guy. I'm not like. I got. You won on me. I can't get it back. I can't come beat you up and find this money, but I don't ever have to work with you again. It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop what I'm doing. I'm who I am. So like whether we doing business together or I say, you know what, I'm gonna take my ideas and I'm gonna go over here. Me and Terry gonna build something. Now we doing business together. We gonna thrive because I'm still the same person. I don't need you. So you know, gonna do it.
To answer the question, right? Things that are unforgivable, right? I can go line for line, bar for bar. Rape is up there for me, right? And I know that's one of them taboo ones, right? But here's the complexity with the neighborhood therapist. On one end, you got me as a spiritual person, right? And it says all things you got to give up to God, right? So even if somebody's doing some sinful stuff to you, right, from what I believe in, right, you're supposed to back out and give it up to God. The human in me, though, bro, right? Once you start talking about rape, once you start talking about you my homeboy and you backdooring my lady and once we start talking about all that stuff, because you asked for a list, right?
Yeah.
Those are all
So
my.
you have a list. Okay.
I have a list, bro.
Mine is like a ever changing. Like it depends on the situation. You got.
No, I got a You can do. And
1, 2, 3.
Here's what's messed up about me, bro. Right? I don't even know if I feel comfortable sharing this with the world, but it is what it is. We here now.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do to me. It don't matter. I have boundaries, but it's like I'm kind of like it's not really forgiving. It's more so like I don't care because I'm everything I done been through in my life. It's like, bro, come on, bro. I'm laughing it off, right? You do something to Jonathan, you do something to Terry, you do something to my wife. You know what I mean? People I genuinely care for, whatever aspect I care for them, it's so up with me. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about financial violence. I'm one of them people. I'm like, oh, okay, we can get legal, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Some things are unforgivable. What you mean you playing that Jonathan face and this is $1 million deal, this changed his family life, and you came in because you was jealous and you did this and that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. You guys stop the bleeding. No, the financial bleed is gonna happen. We doing this. I'm up for that. But again, that spiritual side is like, hey, you ain't got. So you can't really ask somebody like me that question, bro, because I'm all over the place, seriously, genuinely. And when people come to me about therapy and they're like, yo, how do I forget? That's one of the biases. Remember in episode 1 I said, what's your therapist bias?
Yeah.
One of them is you can't be a male that abuses women and you continually do it and you don't see a problem with it. I can't see you. 2, rapists, I can't see you. The third one is if you harm people intentionally and you don't see a problem with it, move from around me, bro. And then the fourth one. This is the one that throw people on. They be like, yo, tell me what the definition of forgiveness is. How do I get through? I'm like, listen, I'm gonna give you my definition. I'm gonna tell you how to get through it. But I need you not to call me a hypocrite because I'm not really practicing what I preach. You understand?
Yeah. I'm
gonna tell you now the brick wall that I gave you and all that, I do that. But when it comes to certain things, I've talked to clients, oh, I've been raped by my father. I'm like, the thoughts that I be having, I'll be like, people back. You know what I mean? Like somebody gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? So when you ask me a question like that, I do, Terry, I have a definite list, right? Yeah. Does that make it right though, Jay?
So, I don't know. It's one of them
things. In my opinion, it isn't no right or wrong. It's part of your morality, right?
Yeah.
And your principles. Again, I'm a strong believer of having a healthy boundary. You feel what I'm saying? Like I understand, God forgive everybody, I understand that part of it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be disrespected. And it goes back to, we talked about a few episodes ago, self-love. I love myself too much to allow me to put up with that. Mm. I love and respect myself too much to allow me to be looking like, boo-boo the fool out here. I got too much love and too much respect for myself. And so, I'm going to forgive you, but I'm going to forget you.
I like that.
You feel what I'm saying?
I like that.
We can't do business no more. If it's a business relationship. If you my friend and you do something sexy, we can't be cool no more, bro. We ain't finna go out. If you my girl and we have a relationship, our relationship is done. I'm gonna let you go to the next dude. I'm gonna move to the next female. We ain't operating no more. I don't find an issue with that at all because, again, I love myself. I got too much respect for me. I got too many other people in my circle because if you feel like you could disrespect me and get over on me, what comes after me is my daughter. So now you feel like you can disrespect me and get over on my daughter. You can disrespect me and get over on my wife. my best friend, I got other people who come after me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't show me that autonomy, that respect, you definitely have to respect nobody else in my group, in my foundation, in my circle.
I love that.
And so I gotta stand on 10 right here and be like, yeah, this is where I gotta cut you off at. If I can't trust you with me, I can't trust you with her, I can't trust you with them, I can't trust you with my money. So we gotta separate. It was cool, it was fun. I appreciate the moments we shared. This the end.
I got a final question for y'all then. How many no's and I'm sorry's y'all got in y'all? What's the apology power for y'all?
Yeah, it depends on the
For the other
situation.
person? Like for other
Yeah,
person?
the other person.
I don't
keep-
gotta lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm forgiving, but
Yeah, it depends on what it is, but you know, if it's something silly, you know what I'm saying? What's something silly? If we playing a video game and you cheat, you know, that's okay, you just trying to get a competitive edge. But if you play on my pockets, you got one time for me.
Yeah.
You cheat, that's a one time thing for me. You know what I'm saying? You go in my house and you know, I love cookies. I love cookies.
So somebody take your cookies.
You take one of my cookies, I might be like, okay, that's cool. You a guest, you know what I'm saying? You didn't know I like chocolate chip cookies like that. You didn't know. You come back the second time and you get another, I might, maybe he just hungry. But that third time, oh, I'm putting the cookies up, fam. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, they in the secret stash now, but that's something small.
Right,
Maybe
right.
you just don't understand boundaries or respecting my food.
Yeah.
That's important too.
Yeah, but it's completely different than respecting my woman. You feel what
Okay,
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's levels to that forgiveness. Cause you mess around my woman, both of y'all gone, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's different levels, but it's okay. And I feel like some people are too empathetic and they end up to me, and I want to say it's a part of, and it can be viewed as self-abuse, allowing yourself
That's facts.
to be basically manipulated by this individual over and over and over and over and over again. That's self-abuse. You know this person is hurting your feelings. You know they're causing damage to you, but you still want to be around this individual and you're allowing them to do it. Nah, you gotta love yourself. You gotta respect yourself. You gotta have those boundaries, man. Hey, if you really love me like I love me, respect me like how I respect myself, you won't be doing this to me. So since you can't, I gotta let you go.
Ooh, so I gotta apologize to y'all. First of all, is my apology power at a 10 with y'all? Right now?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna drop one down to a 9. All right. I told y'all that was the last thing I had. I got one more thing.
Okay.
Seriously, for the listeners, how do you help somebody set boundaries they've never set boundaries before?
You gotta first start with that self-love. Once you love yourself and have a certain type of respect for yourself, it's easy to create those boundaries. It's easier to set those boundaries. Once you really love you for who you are and value yourself, it's easy to, I ain't gonna take that. I ain't gonna deal. Knowing who I am and what I'm capable of and my value, what I bring, I can't accept that. Can't just accept anything. Because I know I can go over here and somebody see me as gold. It's kind of like the market, right? Like right now, if you copper, right, and you view yourself as copper, as a coin, as a copper coin, you're going to get treated like that.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start to see yourself as gold and value yourself as gold, and this person still see you as copper, just a little penny, you ain't going to take being treated like a penny. You ain't gonna take that. But I'm gold. I'm $1 million. You treat me just like I'm a coin out here. I'm gonna go over here where I know somebody else gonna treat me like $1 million. So it's easy to set those boundaries once you have the self-love and self-respect for yourself. Then you can set those boundaries. Now I can't take this. I can't do this. It's also about being honest with yourself. I can't take that because some people can. You got some people out here, females and males. Man, I don't mind my girl texting other dudes.
I don't believe that. I think
hey, that's what they say.
A little bit of what you're saying and just kind of how my gauge works, right? Is you gotta check in. You gotta check in with your feelings. Like you gotta check in with how you feel. So I think, if it's all cool, like somebody take the cookies, like I'm not tripping. I'm not thinking about that 2-3 days later. If I think about something 3 days later, that means it's a problem for me. So that means that a boundary has been crossed.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
that's how my method comes of like cutting off. So like if every time I deal with Justice and every time we talk business, 3 days after that I'm thinking like, man, did he get me here? I think he's taking a little money. If I'm thinking about that, I gotta end it with him because I'm stressed out every time I talk to him for a week. So I just think checking in with yourself, checking in with your feelings, because you're gonna notice when you off. You're gonna notice when you feel something. So when I feel different, no, I can't be around this person. So that's how and I think it's important for people to know how to end relationships and to end relationships. People want to like stick around. If you're miserable around this person, stop being around this person.
Self-harm.
I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's your wife. I don't care if it's your best friend of 90 years. You're miserable with them. Something else.
I would say the biggest takeaways I want y'all to take away is apology power. For those of you that got it, keep it high, keep it at a 10. And remember, stop telling people to get over it. Get through it. It's love.